Hello everyone, I hope everything is doing well. My name is FIDE Master Jesse Sales. Today, I feature my game versus Grandmaster Daryl Johansen. It is a very exciting game from opening to endgame. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's start with e4, knight c6. This is the Nimzowitsch defense. I really like this opening because it's very flexible. It can be adjusted to Roy Lopez or Giuoco Piano. So as we continue, knight f3, e5. So I choose this opening line because I want to play solidly. Continuously, bishop c4, bishop c5, then c3. But there's another line that I'm expecting for the Grandmaster to play instead of c3 is this line b4, the Evans Gambit, which I know is very tactical, but also I am prepared to play against it. So we go back after bishop c5, then c3. Knight f6, d4 strikes the bishop at c5, then pawn takes pawn, e5 attacking the knight, then I play d5 attacking the bishop at c4. So my opponent played bishop b5, but there's another move which is after d5 is pawn takes knight, pawn takes bishop, pawn takes pawn at g7, then rook g8. Also, I am preferred by this opening variation of white. So let's go back to the line after d5, attacking the bishop at c4, then bishop b5, pinning the knight at c6. So knight e4, pawn takes pawn, attacking the bishop at c5, bishop b6, which is best place instead of going to b4 or e7. Knight c3, attacking the knight at e4, castles, bishop e3, protecting d4, then bishop g4, which is a sensible move as played by bishop at g4, pinning the knight. We continue with h3, then bishop h5, then g4. About this move, this is a reflection that the Grandmaster is in for a great fight. This is going to be a tactical play. So continuously, bishop g6, knight e2, it will go to knight f4 to create pressure to the black position. So I responded with a6 to make the bishop at b5 decide if it gonna take the knight at c6 or just go to d3. So bishop takes, pawn takes, then rook c1, eyeing the pawn at c6. But I have a counter attack which is f6, trying to open up the file from f8 to the king side of white, which is the target is the f2. So knight f4, which is the target is the e6 square to fork the rook and the queen. But I have this move, fx e5, then knight takes pawn. I was thinking like more minutes about this because this is already a crucial position. If I'm not careful, I'll gonna lose this game, but I think I have a chance to attack him by way of sacrificing my rook at the knight at f4. So I did it, and then he took with the bishop, then queen f6, which directly attacking the bishop at f4 and plans to attack the pawn at f2. So of course, bishop should go to e3 to protect the f2 pawn. Now, this move makes the difference. So it is obvious that the king has to move. It went to King F1, then I place Rook F8, which is an attacking move. Obviously, there's a move Knight D7 and trying to fork the queen and the rook, but there are tactical plays ahead of the position. So the grandmaster did not play that. So instead, he played rook takes pawn. Then I played queen h4, directly attacking the pawn at f2 with the help of my knight and the rook at f8. So needs protection by rook h2, queen g3 entering the white king side, knight takes bishop, pawn takes knight, then queen b3, which is the plan is to take the pawn at d5 and taking the knight at e4. But I'm ready for it, so this is the nice move here, knight d2, a double check, which attacking the queen and the king, and a very tricky move. So by way of playing that move at d2, it's gonna complicate the position. So it's a nice check anyway. So he responded by taking the knight at d2. So queen takes rook, attacking the pawn at f2, which is still I have the upper hand. So black takes the pawn, queen takes pawn check, then I just hide at h8. Because the pawn at f2 is under attack to mate the king, white has to move bishop e3, queen takes pawn check, king g1, queen takes pawn at g4 check, then queen g2 covering the check, queen d1 check, king h2, rook f5 is a very nice positional move, but which really a tough move for white because there's a combination there that the king can be mated, but the move rook c5 soon be covered by that check. So he played rook c1, then I check him with the h5 rook, king g3, then queen d3, heading to f5. If you analyze this position, the white king is very exposed to checks. So I believe I have the upper hand here. But then with this move, it looks like it equalizes everything. But I believe I'm kind of feeling winning here because of I'm gonna be creating a passed pawn at king side. So after this move, bishop b4, then rook takes rook, pawn takes rook, queen d5, which is attacking the pawn at h5, then queen g6 check, queen g5 covering the check, bishop d6 check, king h3, queen takes queen, then bishop takes queen. Now, we reach a bishop and pawn endgame. I have a passed pawn at h5, but he has 2 versus 1 at queen side. Though we have same color of bishop, so always watch about color of bishops, color of pawns, and structure of pawns. As we continue, I move king h7, king h4, king g6, then d5. White is placing pawns opposite color to my bishop. Then I move bishop e5 attacking the b2 pawn, b3, bishop d4 attacking the f2 pawn, f4, but this move creates a pressure check. So forcefully the king needs to go to h3. After this move, I believe black is having a nice position here because I have mobility. move king g3, then I place bishop d6, king f3, king f5, a4. Grandmaster needs to create a pass pawn here at the queen side, but I got it handled. So I played h4. He needs to take that, otherwise I'm gonna move h3 here. So bishop takes pawn, b4, bishop d6 attacking the pawn at b4, bishop d8, king e5. This is a better move, better than taking the pawn at b4 because it's gonna be a draw. So I believe I have an advantageous position here because of my pawn at g7. But I'm very aware of any drawing lines and must avoid it. So he played b5, king takes b5. Now I am pawn up here. So he plays bishop takes pawn, king c6, which is so close to my king, so I can take those pawns for free. So king g4 needs to take the g7 pawn also. King b6, king g5, king takes pawn, king g6, c5, which is great timing, but not yet out of drum endgame here. So good thing it is the same color of bishop, so I have a chance to win here. So king takes pawn, c4, king g6, c3, king f5, c2. Well, my pawn is about to go to promote, but because of this move, bishop g5, it controls the square from promoting, so I have to move forward like king a5, king a4, king takes pawn. This is really a fantastic endgame and I really love it. So king d3, then king b3. If you can see the position, it's really like a classic endgame, as it's like it never happened before. It's so fantastic. So as we go back, bishop h6, trying to tie it up with control of that square, but I have a maneuver, king b2, bishop g5, king b1, king c3. This time around, I had to think of ways on how to flush out the white bishop away from penetrating the c1 square. So I played bishop a3, king b3, bishop c1, attacking the bishop at g5. So bishop e7, it will go to a3. So bishop d2, bishop a3, bishop a5, trying to find the right square to limit the bishop at a3, king c4, which is the only move, bishop e1, creating some tempo and prophylactic moves, king b3, bishop d2, king c4, bishop a5, king b3. Now bishop c7, this is the winning move as it controls the movement of the bishop. So after this move, bishop b2, then bishop d6 wins, as it cannot go back to a3 because I will capture it, or if the king goes to f6 or c3, I will check it to bishop e5. So my opponent resigned here. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I proud showing this to you to learn opening and end game. I thank Grandmaster Johansson for this game, and if you like free chess lesson, just register at my website memorychisel.com. Thank you so much. Be safe always. God bless you all.